Good morning, everyone. My name is JC of The Mindful Awakening, and welcome to another episode of Mindful Mondays. Mindful Mondays is basically a weekly tarot card reading for the general collective divine masculine and divine feminine energies. So this is going to be for the week of June 14th to June the 20th, which is also Father's Day weekend. So to all the papas out there who are watching this video, cheers. Happy Father's Day to you. I hope you are feeling all the love and appreciation from your loved ones, your family, and your friends. So we are going to be taking 4 cards from the Light Seers Tarot deck, our usual. We are then going to pull a grounding energy from the Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light Oracle deck, and then we're going to close it off with a journal prompt from the Compass cards. Show us what we need to see for June 14th to June 20th. Show us what we need to see. Wow, okay, the moment I ask is the moment they all fall out. All right, let's take a look. We need one more card. This is also summer solstice weekend, so a lot of shifting energies. One more card. Definitely feels like stuff is finally coming around full circle. So if you've been experiencing some stagnant energy in your situation, you can definitely expect that some things are gonna finally come to a close. One more card. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, this definitely looks like a week of closure. So we start off with the World card. Now, this is very good energy because for me, this is showing me that whatever has been stagnant energy, stuff that hasn't necessarily been moving forward, is finally starting to come around. So if you have been trying to talk to somebody or deal with a work situation or make a decision regarding something that's really important to you and you haven't been able to because there's been some things that you didn't know about, you were waiting for more information, more clarity, you were waiting for people to get back to you. Today's the 13th that I'm filming this, so we're still technically in Mercury retrograde. There's just been a lot of miscommunication, a lot of confusion lately, and it's starting to lighten up a little bit. With the 7 of Swords upright, someone is trying, in your situation, someone is making a decision without the other party knowing. So if this applies to you, it could be that maybe you haven't been talking to a person, you haven't been in communication with a person that you've wanted to be in communication with just because your situation has kind of reached a stalemate. For some of you, you may have decided, okay, since we're not talking about this right now, I'm just gonna make this choice on my own since it seems like we're not gonna have a conversation about this anymore. And you haven't gone out of your way to tell the person that you've already made up your mind about the thing that the two of you have not been speaking about. For others of you, if this is like a workplace thing, it's like you guys are moving in silence. For some of you, maybe you applied for another job, another position. You're looking to transition out of your current work situation and you haven't told anybody about this yet. For some of you, maybe you've been thinking about starting a business and you've just been waiting for like the green light. And so that's all finally coming to play. We also have the Queen of Swords that showed up upright. So some of you may be dealing with an air sign, a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius sign. The Queen of Swords traditionally comes off as like the divorced person, someone who is a little bit more cold, someone who doesn't like to mince words, will tell you exactly what's going on. Their words are sometimes a little bit painful, not because they're trying necessarily to be hurtful, but they just cut very close, like it's like cold, because they just tell you exactly as it is. Some of you, if this is like a love situation, again, Maybe you were waiting for someone to come around, or you were waiting for a particular conversation to take place and it hasn't happened. There's been a lot of miscommunication, confusion about what the person wants, what you want, what to do next, how not to blow up the situation, all these things. And with the Queen of Swords upright, it's almost like you just don't, if this is your energy, you don't care about what the other person is doing behind the scenes that you don't know about. Some of you may have been trying to work things out with a person, but you two have not been in communication. So you don't actually know what they're doing behind the scenes. But you do know that something's going on over there. And because you know something is going on over there and this person isn't really being open with you about it, they're not telling you what's going on, you're not having open communication, you're deciding, you know what, this is it. Like, I'm drawing the line now. I've had enough. I just don't want to deal with this. This is too dramatic for my own good. I'm cutting myself out of this situation. Thank you. Goodbye. And as you can see here, there might be someone who is trying to work behind the scenes to figure out what to do next in a situation involving you, but you've just had enough. Your back is towards the situation. You no longer even really want to hear about what's going on anymore. And that brings us to our final card, which unfortunately was a 10 of Swords upright. This really sucks. This is painful. It's something that you didn't necessarily expect that would turn out like this. Like, you knew, but you were hoping it wouldn't be like that. And then when it happened in a way that you couldn't expect. Some of you really believed that this situation would find a way to work itself out. But like I always say, rejection is God's protection. So if this was not the situation for you, it might be that it's not the situation for you right now, and you need to learn something out of this heartbreak, this disappointment, this betrayal, because I really do see that that's happening here. It's a culminating thing. With the World card and the 10 of Swords both upright, it really feels like you knew something, there was gonna be a conclusion. And you've been waiting for the conclusion of this particular storyline. And I think this coming week, you're finally going to get that closure that you've been needing, even if it doesn't show up in the way that you wanted it to show up. I do see here that some of you might not even be communicating. Some of you may not even be communicating with whoever is involved that's causing this pain in this situation. If it's a business thing, I think if you're leaving your job or you're starting something new and you're transitioning in the workplace, it's gonna be a painful goodbye. I think maybe a lot of you liked where you actually worked. Could also be that other people are sad that you're leaving. It's like the end of an era. I'm getting here like this is the closing off of a cycle. And it's been a cycle that has been a very good learning experience. It's lasted quite some time. You made a lot of genuine connections in this space, whether it's in work or in relationship. It's not an easy goodbye. It's not an easy closure of a cycle. Can we get clarification card for this reading, please? The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. So even if something is coming to a closure, you are walking into a new situation that is more in alignment with where you're trying to go in life. If this is a business venture, it could be that you are transitioning into a situation where you're surrounded with like-minded people who have the same goals that you have. You guys are all very similar in your purpose. And it's a totally different type of support system than what you were currently at. For those of you who resonate with this on a love level, this breakup, this separation, this ending of this relationship is actually going to help bring you closer to the people that are more like you, your soul tribe. It'll help bring connections back in, friendships back into your life. It'll help you remember self-love. It'll help you find the joy in life again. But I do get that this is really hard. It's extremely painful. And I'm so sorry. If some of you are experiencing a heartbreak right now, I'm very sorry. I get that the workplace storyline seems a lot more lighthearted. The ending of a love relationship or even like a friendship or something that looked like it had a lot of potential, it's pretty hurtful. And I'm so sorry. It's like very bittersweet. You'd rather know what's going on than not know. And I think for a lot of you, for a long time, you didn't know what the heck was happening. But now that you do know, it doesn't make it any easier. We got here. What is it that you wish? What is it that you wish? In my heart and in my spirit, this is very challenging, but I can't help but feel a little bit happy. I know that sounds so backwards because the Ten of Swords is so painful, but it's one of those where it's like ripping the Band-Aid off. It hurts in the moment, but you can finally let your wound breathe. And in that is healing. In that is the possibility for happiness. In that ending is the possibility for a life that's so much more fulfilling than the one that you're currently in, than the storyline you're currently in. So with what is it you wish? For those of you who are experiencing pain and heartbreak, my wish for you is that you find unconditional love and happiness again. Not one from a temporary source, but one from the divine, one from within, one that won't ever be taken away from you. And that is truly my wish for you. I'm so sorry you're going through what you're going through. All right, let's get into position for some breathing. I trust that there is something better for me on the other side. I trust that there's something better for me on the other side. I trust that there is something better for me on the other side. I trust that there is something better for me on the other side. I'm getting emotional. I'm getting emotional. I'm sending you guys so much love during this transition period of your timeline. I'm not sure what will happen after this week. And I can really tell, I can feel right now that this is going to be, it's going to be a transition. That's for sure. Now, always remember the way that you look at things can sometimes impact how you process, how you let go, and what you let into your life after you leave behind this thing and enter into something new. So if there's anything that I can say, I just want to encourage you to remember the universe is working for you, not against you. When you surrender and release and allow things to fall away as they naturally will, even better things are always around the corner. So I meant what I said with my journal prompt, with my visualization, with the declaration we just made together. And I am wishing you guys an amazing week in spite of anything that may show up for you. So take care, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.